What is going on, me old gaming darlings? This is RioGamer88 coming to you, my lovely gaming people. We are going to be doing another video content of Silent Hill F. Now, the last time we left off through, we had a boss fight with Sakako, and my goodness me, if Parasite and Zombified, along with a high school child, or was it mid school? It's a horrible combination there, and it did give me the cheapest creepers, I can assure you there. Which unfortunately we had to obviously defeat Sakako, and we was rescued by the wolf masked man. And there was a little bit of conflicting information as to we had to be very careful of him, especially by Hinako's toy doll that left little inscripted messages to never trust him. And we still don't get why that is, and it makes the plot thicken a little bit more, but there's not enough for it. But obviously, once we defeated Sakako, we obviously came back to reality, and Rinko is still giving us the cold shoulder, and it's quite clear that there is some huge content of jealousy involved in that because of the way she's acted around with Shu, and of course is not being the best of person to be buddied up with Hinako. So in the next task mission, we had to make our way over to Shu's house, but unfortunately we can't just go through the quick usual way because unfortunately the fog atmosphere, along with the plant, it's a bit of a terrible word. I say terrible words. It's a very difficult word, which I struggle to pronounce it correctly, so I won't say it properly. But of course, we can't take the usual route in as we first came over to Rinko's house. So we have to make some more other alternatives. But however, things are not going to get easy as we make our way round because there is a couple of bigger enemies that we can't take on ourselves. And of course we have to suffer the consequences of a longer route, but of course it consists of other enemies that we have to fight with. So of course, stick around, me old gaming darlings, and of course less waffling and more gaming. But before I start going on through in the game, I would like to read out this warning of nature in all respects to anyone who is about to still continue watching through the whole gameplay through. That this game does, of course, contain a variety of sensitive topics in regards to nudity, drug use, disembodied intense gore, and of course child abuse as well. It also, just to be very clear, that based on the 1940s through to the 1970s, that there was a lot of empowerment on women in Japanese culture. This is not personal opinion, and this is in the fact of in light of Japanese culture on that sector. If these kind of experiences are not to your liking and you are not in for the pure suspense and horror that's involved in the game, then please turn away and avoid continuing through this video. Thank you very much for your time, everyone, and I'll start away with the gaming, me old darlings. Right, so here we go, me old gaming darlings. So obviously we can't go straight across because there is a bigger enemy that is blocking our way, and unfortunately we can't go around this pathway because it's blocked off on either ends. So the only alternative is that we could try and go through in this building here. I don't think we can. So the only way is to go further down south towards the rice paddy fields, and of course make our way over to an alternative route of going via across here, and hopefully we'll get around. But it does mean it's a long alternative route to get across over to I thought it was over to Shu's house, but it looks like we have to actually go through for the Ebisugaoka Middle School, which is of course where our main characters have to seek through over and where they study, which is nice tonight. But less waffling and more gaming on. I particularly just want to run straight through because I do not want to waste my time in my weapon being worse for wear. And I don't think you can further go down through there. No, you can't. Even that's all blocked off over there, so you can't even go up there physically. That was just out of curiosity, in all fairness. Ooh. What's that dead and dreaded? Oh, it's one of them monsters. A farmer's story. Son, you better read this and get it through your thick head. Let me take you back to something that happened during the war. One day, some high and mighty military police from out of town got pissed drunk and decided to kick over a statue of Inari-sama, even spat on it. The next morning, all those policemen were found dead in the waterway, their corpses bloated and heavy as hell. They got carted off to the medical examiner's office so the coroner could take a look. You know, that place a few minutes from us? I was one of the people who helped carry the bodies and wash them, so I saw everything with my own 2 eyes. When that doctor put his knife to their bellies and opened them up, a whole swamp of stomach-churning gunk came pouring out. Ooh, kind of makes me wonder what. And I don't mean their guts either. From neck to navel, hell, even right up their arses. Why say asses? Arses, come on. Those bodies were stuffed full of decomposing rats, birds, frogs, snakes, you name it. And that looked of frozen terror on their faces. I'll never forget that. Oh! You see, that's completely supernatural, but I would... Oh. Ooh. Continue on. Anyway, moral of the story is that you better not ever disrespect Inari-sama in any way, even if you're drunk. Why did he feel that he had to write him a letter about it and not just have a man-to-man conversation with him? Because I bet you if he was more serious, the son would have taken it. Yeah, I'm definitely not doing that to Inari-sama. Okay, there's an enemy nearby. I was right. Ooh. These ones in the more reddish form, I think they're more difficult to tackle through. They're taking more damage than anything. I was about to hit first, what the heck? Nako! ちょっとダメだよ! Oh dear God. But we must stay calm and crack on through. Do I have to pick up that memo again? What got knocked over? I don't understand what. I couldn't even see it. Unless we're talking up scores further ahead. Obviously, we had to pick up that letter. But I think that enemy came from the left. No, it's coming straight for us. Jeez. If only if we had... Didn't take too much damage. So we managed to get rid of it, which is nice, but wasn't what I was hoping for. Okay, our sanity's full. We're doing not so bad for health, but I think we need to use a toolkit, I reckon. So our steel pipe is sort of going from where? There we go. No, I don't think there was anything over here in particular that we could pick up. No, there wasn't, because there was no loose items. Whoa! Not today, Josephine! It's not very nice to be spoke like that. Oh, good lord. So, don't think we could go through here. Nope. Don't be rude. You should always knock first. Though you don't get the option to knock. Oh, what's this? Ramen air, ramen air. Everybody needs some ramen air. Right, so here we go from here. I think it's fair to say that we can go straight down. Actually, I wonder if we can have a sip of some ramen air. Why not? What is for... Oh, because of the sanity being full, so we can't. That's a bummer. I think, have we still got one bandage left? That's good. In case we go emergency low, we've got that for safekeeping. That looks like chocolate. Oh. But we can't even have the chocolate. Where did the chocolate go? Is there something I have to go for the inventory or something? Possibly not. The only way to do that is go for a Hodora. Honora, whatever it's called pronounceably. Rare. We can't even have that even. There's nothing about over here. And thank goodness there isn't anything to jump out from that area. We've already checked out this garden bit here. We need to further go down. Oh, I don't like narrow places like this. Run, 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 run! What was that? What was that? You filthy little devil! It's like all the way back there. And it's just standing still, twitching its legs. This is David Attenborough looking at your closest zombies in nearby distance. There he goes, galloping. But that is all flowered up. That was more ghastly. And I don't think you had a real choice of the matter. Good lord. We are going to struggle here, me old darlings. quickly pick up the note. But at least we know from this time that where the enemies are going to come through. Because the first one is going to come straight for us. Or it's going to come from the left. And quite rightly so it is. Now it's dead. It's a lovely way of putting it. Now, it wasn't that. Chocolate. Chocolate was nice. Okay, and then of course we need to mend through the toolkit. There we go. Nicey fixing. Surprisingly, that came from around here. So I wonder if there's other theories as to what caused the heavy fog to come around. I don't think it's got anything to just specifically do with Hinako. Or did one of the other characters cause a stir? Leave a comment down below what you think, me old gaming darlings. And you didn't even get an actual chance. Wow, they really are strict on these. Oh dear, oh dear. Let me fast forward this all so we get to that point so you don't have to keep on rewatching it all again. So we had to take a lot of blows out of that one. It was like about 3 to 4 heavy hits and then 1 minor hit. But the trigger with that is that you have to really time your dodging, and with the hits as well. It takes a couple of seconds for it to actually make contact, but if you time it well as the enemy comes over, then you know you've got yourself a critical hit on that one. So have no fret, me old gaming darlings. At least you all know for sure. There's nothing in that one for the basket. There ain't nothing much in here. I sure as hell hope if there's anybody in the corner, please wave your hands in the air like nobody just doesn't care. There's nothing on there, though, right? Sorry about that, me old gaming darlings. My wife had just come in with a nice cup of coffee. Bless her. And look how close we was for a save point. Really? 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 But I think we need to give some givings. I think 2 of these will do. Maybe 1 of them. Definitely 1 of them. I think we should give 1 of them as well. Confirm that. About 430. Do we take a chance with it? See, we need an Emmy. An Emmy? No, Emma. We need an Emma. But we don't have enough faith points. But we also need 1 Emma. So, what do? We don't even have enough for Omamori. So, let's just say for now, so that we don't have to go through all of that again. Got a spare steel pipe just in case. What could be lying further down here? Well, let's have a look at the map. So last time we couldn't go from further down left. We can't seem to. But give it a try just in case if there is an item that we could pick up. Looks like something is going to creep out of that corner. My Silent Hill senses are tingling me. Maybe not. What was that? What on earth was that? I don't know what that was. I can see a visual of that. Nothing in particular over here. Is there any loose items here? What on earth? That sounds like Shu and Rinko are a little bit in trouble. Okay, that don't sound good as well. You can hear something very monstrous. Got some red capsules, which is quite nice. There's nothing else around here. But it sounded like a big heavy enemy was nearby with all the sound effects that was going off with it. Higashi, an assortment of small fruit-flavoured candies that melt in your mouth, fully restore stamina and prevent stamina consumption for a set period of time, can also be used as an offering. Fair dues. But now I was sort of stumped where we can and can't go. Can't go that way. Was there an alternative at some point? Because clearly you can't go through here. And there was nothing over here. What was that?
Hinako, こっち!
Okay, I'm coming through this way. But where? There's nothing over here. Nope. Maybe Rinko would like to be a little bit more nicer to us. Oh, no, 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 no. That was good dodging. This enemy's taken a few hits. Don't think so. Bugger off. Good night. Come on, you've got this, Hinako. And, falsifyingly, no, she doesn't.